Hello, my name is Tony. I am about 2 years out from retiring. So I thought I would start this channel to kind of chart my progress, what goes on in my mind in these last 2 years before I do retire. And if you're in the same position as I am, then you understand the thinking, the mental process, all that stuff that goes on as you're preparing for the next phase of your life, and I am preparing for the next phase of my life. So I'd like to take a journey together, actually, as I chart my progress, because some of you are 10 years away from retiring, you're 5 years away from retiring, and if you're like me, you're 2 years away from retiring. So each of those phases, I believe, are certain things happen in your thought process. So, for example, if you're like me, probably when you were 10 years out, or if you're 10 years out now, you're beginning to really think, hey, I've only got 10 more years to work. Okay, what am I going to do in this last 10 years? Some of the things that ran through my mind at that 10-year mark was I really need to look at my finances, see where I am. So we actually went out and got a financial advisor, got all my stuff together, and nervously handed him my papers, expecting a prognosis that I'm not going to be able to retire anytime soon. But when you do that, you're giving somebody that has more financial knowledge than you the option or the opportunity to look at your finances and say, yeah, you're ready. Or, well, we can make some changes here. We need to make some changes there. Doing that at the 10-year mark is great. You've got 10 years to do catch up or pull back a little bit, or maybe you've got some different goals and plans. So that's what went through my mind at the 10-year mark. 5-year mark, same thing, still thinking about finances. I actually started thinking more about, okay, I'm 5 years out. I work in information technology. Maybe I'll start a website or something like that for extra income in my retirement. That would be the time to do it, would be that 5 years to 2 year period being out. But now I'm at the 5 year, I'm at the 2 year mark. All right, I'm 2 years from retiring, less than 2 years. It's getting a little more real. I'm really kind of drilling down my finances, making sure that everything is in place. There's some things that I want to purchase before I retire. So right now I'm looking at, okay, I want to budget for like a new tractor. I want to get some concrete work done around the house. I need a new well. Those things I'm going to get done and paid for in the next 2 years. So those are some of the things that I want to get done. I want to be absolutely 100% debt free. My house is paid off. My cars are paid off. I don't have any long outstanding bills. So here we are, 2 years from retiring, December 2027. And I love what I do. I really have to admit, I really like what I do, but I'm getting a little antsy because 2 years is going to go by quick. And I have to admit, I'm getting antsy to retire. So I always tell my boss, I'm like, I really love my job, but I love my weekends more. So that's kind of my mindset at the moment. Lots of things to think about at this 2 year point. Well, I do side work in retirement. Like I said, I work in information technology. I easily get a side job. I could take on side jobs. I've owned a business before, so I know how to go out and get customers. So those are some of the things that I'm thinking about. And I think, do I really want to do IT work when I'm retired, even as a part-time thing, even though I love it and I really do enjoy the work. It's tempting, but probably not. I would say I'm probably looking at the first 6 months with that feeling of, I'm on a vacation. Everybody I've talked to says the first 6 months or so, it's going to feel like you're on a vacation. Well, I am really looking forward to experiencing that myself. Kind of like, hey, I'm on vacation. 6 months later, you know what? I ain't ever going to work again. And then it'll finally settle in, I hope. So anyways, I want you to experience these things with me, because we're on this journey together. And like I say, if you're at the 10-year mark, there's things you can be doing. If you're at the 5-year mark, there's things you can be doing. If you're at the 2-year mark, there's things that you can be doing to prepare you. And as I prepare myself for the next phase of life, that big, beautiful thing called retirement. So please leave a comment and subscribe. I would really love the dialogue. Let's do this together.